Apart from the deficiency in the factor 8, 9 and von Willebrand factor, there can be the deficiency in other coagulation factors as well. Like you know that there is a cascade of coagulation factor that include the factor 5, factor 10, factor 11 and so many other factors. So all of these factors can also be impaired or deficient. So there are a number of the factors that may be involved in the deficiency of all of these coagulation factors, and there can be a number of reasons that can lead to impair the coagulation process. So here we are going to discuss about all of these deficiency and these causes. So first of all, there can be the liver disease. Now, why liver disease is important? Because most of the coagulation factor, like the factor 5, like the factor 11, they are being synthesized here in the liver. So whenever there is any kind of the liver disease, that may hinder either the production of the liver, production of the coagulation factors that are produced by the liver, or they may also hinder the release of the coagulation factors from the liver. That will obviously decrease the level of these coagulation factor in the blood. When their level in the blood will be decreased, means that they are deficient, and so the whole process of the blood coagulation that will be affected, blood clot will not form. That will obviously lead to the excessive bleeding in such kind of the patient. So any kind of the liver disease can affect the normal functioning of those coagulation factors that are being produced in the liver. Now, we also know that vitamin K is being, this liver has very important role in the vitamin K absorption. So all the factors that are affected by this vitamin K deficiency, they will also, by this vitamin K deficiency, they will also be compromised whenever there is a deficiency of the vitamin K. There can be any liver disease that may be the reason of the vitamin K deficiency. In most of the infants, in the newborns, it can be inherited. There can be any defect, there can be any disease that is leading to the vitamin K deficiency. But in most of the adult individual, mostly there is the dietary insufficiency in the vitamin K that can lead to this kind of the vitamin K deficiency, and this vitamin K deficiency is related to the coagulation factor deficiency, because coagulation factor, most of the coagulation factor, for their proper activation, they require, for their proper functioning, they require this vitamin K as a cofactor. So whenever this vitamin K is not present, so the function and the proper role of these coagulation factor is also impaired, and that's why the process of the coagulation and ultimately the blood clot formation is impaired, that is leading to the excessive bleeding in such patient. Then there can be the coagulation factor inhibitors. Now, what does that mean, the coagulation factor inhibitors? Now, that can be any anticoagulant drug. Like maybe the patient who is suffering from this disease, it was previously suffering from any kind of the disorder or disease or trauma that suggested that the patient should use the anticoagulant, and the patient was previously using the anticoagulants that are still present in his or her blood, and that are the reason of this defect in the blood coagulation process. So anticoagulants can be the one reason or can be one inhibitors of the coagulation factors. Then there can be another inhibiting factor of the coagulation, that is the autoantibodies. Now, autoantibodies can be produced inside the body that are basically produced against the coagulation factors, and these are affecting the normal coagulation mechanism, their normal activation, and that's how they are inhibiting the coagulation factor and ultimately the coagulation process. Now, there can be various diseases like the systemic lupus erythematosus, like the antiphospholipid syndrome, that involve the antibody production, and there can be other diseases, there can be autoimmune reactions that can lead to the formation of the autoantibodies. So there can be genetic or inherited defects as well. So these are the reasons that can inhibit the coagulation factors as well. Now, when we are discussing about these deficiency, we are discussing about the role of the vitamin K. So there can be a condition, or there can be a patient who is suffering from only one type of the coagulation factor deficiency, but there can be the multiple coagulation factor deficiencies as well. Like a patient who is suffering from the vitamin K deficiency, and more than one coagulation factor need vitamin K as a cofactor. So that patient might suffer from multiple coagulation factor deficiency as well. Similarly, in the case of the liver disease. So that thing will be considered in your patient, that what kind of the coagulation factor is involved in causing the disease, and what is the reason behind this disease, to properly diagnose and treat the patient.